Question 3. What have you learnt from your audience feedback? During our film trailer making, we were given feedback by teachers on certain things in which didn't quite make sense or didn't quite fit our film. As well as this, we were given suitable improvements and changes to be made. One of our first feedbacks received was by Mr. Goddard, stating that our film could be improved by making it more high quality. We listened to his feedback and invested in a decent quality tripod, as well as using an iPhone 6s video camera instead of the previous Samsung S6 camera. Furthermore, this made the film more aesthetically pleasing, as well as making it of a better and higher quality. Our next bit of feedback was given by Mr. Williamson, and this was that the music/soundtrack didn't quite match the setting. To change this, I searched for the best soundtrack possible for the chase scene, and finally found one that went well with that particular scene. The music that I found was very tense as well as cliffhanging. This was purposely done to keep the audience engaged in the drug chase scene that was taking place. Our last bit of feedback was given by a classmate, in which the individual mentioned changing the interview scenes into a scene at the start of the film in which the audience would see Jamal leaving a prison after his sentence. This was done in order to highlight Jamal's past as well as indicating his background and character. We believe this worked well, as the audience would automatically be able to tell that Jamal was the protagonist, as well as identifying him as a clear criminal and danger to society.
Nice establishing shot of the crib.
I don't want to go back to that life, but it's my only option.
You meet him, he'll be waiting there, you pick up and give him the money. You heard that?
You can trust me. I've got trust.
I like the soundtrack. It makes for a really good build-up. Faster tempo now.
The acting's really naturalistic, and the props and the money like show you the proper lifestyle, like the drug dealer. It's really good. I like the use of sound effects, diegetic and non-diegetic.
You got me this time. You got me. Just know. I'll find you. And when I do, it's not gonna be nice.
I think it's really interesting. Like, I'd really like to watch it in the cinema.
What was your favourite part of the trailer?
My favourite part of the trailer was the ending of it, when you got one of the main characters sitting down in his chair, because it really made me like quite intrigued and like curious to know what happens next to obviously the guy who got caught or whatever.
What genre do you think our teaser trailer reflects?
I'd say it reflects a crime thriller. Generally, I got that from the props used, the drugs, the protagonist coming out of prison, the first opening scene. So I'm assuming I know it's a crime thriller.
Would you consider watching our media product if it was to become an actual film?
Yeah, definitely, because as someone who's from the UK and London, like gang crime and stuff like that is obviously quite relevant in our everyday lives, and we hear about it quite a lot. So I think a movie on it would be really interesting and would intrigue me quite a lot. It has, in fact.
Who do you think the target audience of the trailer is?
Like teenage boys.
What was your favourite part of the trailer?
I think my favourite part was the last bit, the cliffhanger, like when you burn the paper, because it just makes me want to like watch more. And also the costume the last character was wearing, so the suit made the whole trailer look really like professional and really close to like a real trailer.
Which of the following films have you heard of the most? From this question, we found that a large majority of 60% of our responses said that they have heard of The Usual Suspects, in comparison to only 20% of people knowing about Panic Room and a further 20% of people hearing about The Dark Knight. This was most probably down to the fact that a high majority of our audience enjoy crime thrillers over another genre of film. This is evident within our pie chart. This is also the main reason as to why we decided to make our trailer of a crime thriller genre, as we knew that our audience would enjoy it. Would you prefer a fast or slow-paced trailer? Our results from this question highlighted that 60% of our responses preferred a fast-paced trailer, whereas only 40% enjoyed a slow-paced trailer. We took this on board within our trailer and decided to have fast-paced scenes within our trailer, such as the drug chase scene, as well as the counting of the money. What appeals more to you in a trailer, a soundtrack or a voiceover? From this evaluation, we found that an astonishing 100% of people found the soundtrack more appealing in a trailer than a voiceover. This is most probably due to the fact that a soundtrack is more realistic and indulges the audience a lot more than a voiceover. Therefore, I decided to find a suitable soundtrack that was very tense and fast for our film trailer, as I pretty much knew from our feedback that a lot of people would enjoy this within our trailer. Who would you prefer as the main protagonist of our trailer? Our pie chart indicated that a large 75% of our responses would prefer a male character as the main character, whereas only 25% of people said they would prefer a female. This made our group think that including a male as the main protagonist would be very appealable to our target audience, as well as making it more of a better experience for them. To add, having a male as the main character shows more of a stereotypical dominance instead of having a female. How old are you? From our pie chart, we found that a large 60% of our target audience was of the age of 17, whereas only 40% were 18. Referring back to this, we decided to aim our trailer for teenagers of those ages, as we thought that those ages are surrounded by gang crime and hear about it a lot more and see it a lot more than other age groups. Some people of those ages may even have had experience within a gang, and therefore thought that our trailer would be very relatable and appealing to them.